Good morning everybody, welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great and welcome to this new video here on Solana. I wanted to make an update because the drop that we talked about yesterday has happened. So I just need to update this analysis because it's no longer up to date. But what we talked about yesterday is that we saw some bearish divergences at this major resistance level right here at the monthly POC. At 144, but also the 200 EMA, just in general a high confluence resistance level and a bearish divergence. So what I said yesterday, it's most likely that we'll actually drop down into the previous value area high around 135, where we also left a single print, basically an imbalance, all right? And those imbalances usually get filled up. I made a video on that as well, by the way. If you go to the trading education playlist on the channel, you can find out how to spot imbalances like these. Which are not only great support levels, but also tend to work as some sort of a magnet to the price. So that's what we had. We dropped down into that level, and so far we had one bounce right here, which was also fueled by the market, I would say. And now the question is well, all right, can we actually rally from here again, or are we going to drop down a little bit lower? What is the main level to look at? Can we break above 145? What are the targets afterwards? We'll talk about all of that. All right. Now, first of all, something we talked about briefly yesterday was that the fundamentals for Solana looked slightly better. So I wanted to have a quick look at that today. TVL is bottoming out, but that's obviously because the price of Sol is bottoming out. And the DEX trading volumes, they've decreased a little bit over the course of March the 25th. But overall, there is, and I'm not sure if we can see that maybe in the last month or so, but there is a bit of, I would not call this an uptrend. You can still see that since the start of March, the DEX trading volumes are still down an incredible amount. But there's a bit of it looks like at least we have found some sort of a bottom. So you could say that's bullish, and in general, there's been some more activity. That's good. But all right, back to the charts. So the main support level we have, which we haven't actually touched yet. We don't necessarily need to touch that because right now we found support at the 50 EMA within the trend band. So it could be that this is just going to be the bottom, but ultimately it looks like it's a bit of a weak bounce. It's also a relatively leveraged bounce. I still think the stock markets, even though we've seen some relief in the futures markets of those, I think those are still relatively unstable as well. So I would say it's still most likely that we will drop down into our main support level, which is kind of a minor key level, resting on top of the major support level right here at 125, 127, 128. But this is the main level, all right? It's the retest of the value area high, even though I think I have to redraw that slightly and not extend it to the right. All right. Well, then the value area high actually goes a little bit lower. But ultimately, this is still an intra-range, I should say. Support level backed up by the trend line here, backed up by the lower parts of the trend bands. The weekly open and the value area high are slightly lower. So in general, the level between 136 and 133 is the main support level. And the big question is well, all right, I think it's most likely due to what we're seeing right now. I think it is most likely that we will drop down into that level. So then the question is well, can we actually find enough strength from that level to bounce up higher, at least back up to 148, the monthly open, but hopefully higher as well? And for now, my answer is yes. And that's based on two things. First of all, I think Solana has started a real uptrend right here. We broke out of this consolidation with a lot of volume, so I have to believe that this is a real breakout. Just most often, if you see a breakout like this, it is a real one. And then outside of that, I expect the markets to go higher. All right, so due to the correlation between Sol and BTC, I think that helps as well. So I expect us to push down into that level. I expect us to find support there, then eventually rally up to 148. As long as the fundamentals stay relatively stable, all right? So I will keep you updated on that in every middle of the day market update. Make sure to tune in for those that they don't take too long and you do get an overview of what's going on. But for now, I think this is what you need to know. All right, so thank you for watching. I'll see you all in my next videos, and bye.